Hi, welcome to Sunday with Shyevin. I know you for 5 and 6 years back in Vietnam, and I always know that you are such a peaceful person. And you do mentions a bit about like being a white person, and you do having a white privilege. But how and when you realize that?
I actually grew up really, really poor in the States, in a lot of minority communities, like living in low-income housing and stuff with my mother. So at first, when the first time I was ever confronted with someone saying I have white privilege, I was a bit like defensive about it because I'm like, I don't come from any privileges really at all. I've been on my own since I was a teenager, taking care of myself and stuff. But then when I really thought about it, I had a lot of bad encounters with the police growing up, and even into my 20s, like being stopped by the police. What are you doing in this neighborhood? Harassing me, being searched illegally. I didn't do anything wrong, stuff like this. And just because I was in a neighborhood that they didn't think I should be in, even though I lived there. So I thought about that, and I thought about how those interactions might have been for my neighbors. Maybe the police would beat them, or like the people who are getting shot, I didn't get shot. So my white privilege, I think, is that my bad encounters with the police were okay.
Being grew up in this kind of background, is it how it affecting your artwork that you created as a mural artist?
I actually started out as a graffiti artist, painting like lettering and stuff. So, and I mean, I always drew characters and stuff because from a young age, because my upbringing was so rough. Like my mom was a really bad alcoholic, and my dad was never really in my life. But the few times he was always calling super, super drunk and stuff like this. And I think my escape from the bad home life was to like get lost in drawing and comic books and cartoons and stuff like that. So the kind of cartoon artwork that I do now is like, it's a reflection of my escape from this reality and kind of creating like a happy world outside of my negative world. I think it's.
Can I say that? Your life have lead you to art, or art have lead you to your life?
I think it's a little bit of both. like art was my escape from the bad realities and stuff in life, but then art has also led me to a lot of opportunities. I've been able to be fortunate enough that people like my work, and I get a lot of opportunity to paint big murals all around the world and do stuff like this because of my artwork. So that art has changed my life in a lot of ways, but also it's a reflection of
What kind of way that art have changed you? Can you share with us?
Sure. I think art is a therapy. I think art should be at least a therapy for people. Like whatever you're going through, even if you're not even very good at it, making art and being creative is a good outlet, like heal from things in the past. And for me, I know, like, especially before I ever met you and was doing the work that I do now, a lot of my work was a lot darker, and and it was a lot more commentary about how I was feeling at the time and things from the past. And I think it helped me to deal with a lot of that stuff.
Being into a family, both are drug addict, is it affecting you how you see this world, and how did you put that also into your art? I also see your drawing, like some of them have house burning and like kind of very happy painting drawing, but it's also really sad in behind if I really look into it.
Both of my parents, my mom died when I was 19 from alcoholism, and my dad him, but she died when I was 30. And even as a teenager, I pretty much really had to take care of myself and stuff. And then I've seen my sister on and off through life repeat this cycle. For me, I try to choose to learn from mistakes. And even as a teenager, I didn't drink or do any kind of anything until I was 24 years old, because I wanted to sure that I was not, that I would never let anything control me, and that I felt that I could have control over my life and that I would not repeat the pattern. I choose to learn from the mistakes of the people before me. And A lot of people don't do that. Most people, I think, they end up repeating the cycle. You know.
The
But
spirit behind that is maintain you being an artist.
art is therapy, and for me,
Mm.
it's like breathing. Like I have to do it. Like if I don't create art, then I'm not happy, and I don't feel like full as a person, and I don't like. And I helps me to work through things like the painting you mentioned before about the houses. That it's
Mm-hmm.
called Broken Homes Create Broken Homes, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the painting of a house on fire, sitting on top of a bunch of other houses on fire, and and I painted that in response to my sister had gotten in trouble for some drugs.
Mm-hmm.
It was a couple summers ago, and I saw her repeating that pattern, and it really made me upset. So I made a painting about it. So for me, as again, art was my therapy for that situation.
Mm-hmm. In this time in your life, is any words that you would like to say to your parents if you could?
So a long time ago, I decided just to forgive them and let go of these feelings because it doesn't do any good for me. And I realized they were flawed people who had a lot of problems, and I could be angry at them and blame them for everything, but at the end of the day, what good does that do? So I just forgive them and let it go, and I just continue my life, and I learn from their mistakes and become a better person. I think that's the best you can do. Where a lot of people let it destroy them, and it's not no way to live.
You are an amazing person. So since so many years that I know you, that is wonderful. That what do you do to yourself and also to the whole society, including in art, which is where I know you. And I really appreciate to see how you grow and where you are right now. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.